Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, girls. How are you? Hope you're doing good and fine. We talked about conductors. What do I mean by conductor? Conductor is a material that allows heat to move easily or fast, just like metal. We said that metal is the best conductor, that they can move heat through their particles, one particle to another, easily and fast. Unlike glass or porcelain or wood or plastic or anything. So, today I'm going to teach you about insulator, or you can say insulator. Okay, if conductor means that they can move heat or allows heat to move fast and easily, and I told you insulators are the opposite, exactly the opposite. So, insulator means that materials cannot or do not conduct heat easily. Now I'm going to give you an example just to think of. Think of something that you want to take out of the oven. Are you going to use your hand directly? No, definitely no, because you are going to burn your hands. You need to use a kitchen mitt. What's a kitchen mitt? It's gloves made of some materials that they insulate heat from your body. Yes, they push away the heat that they cannot touch your body. You can easily pick up something from the oven while you are using a kitchen mitt, because a kitchen mitt insulates what? Insulates your hand from heat. This is the same idea of you are wearing some gloves or some jackets, you want to go out, but the weather outside is really cold. If it's really cold, what are you going to do to keep your body warm? Yes, exactly, you are going to wear a jacket, or you are going to wear some gloves. Okay, now I want you to open your book with me, look at the pictures, and I'm gonna explain on them. Alright, over here, let's zoom. Okay, look at this boy over here. This boy is holding the snowball, but he's not really feeling cold. You know why? Because he's wearing gloves, and these gloves insulates his hands, and the gloves trap heat near the skin. Have you ever think of a mouse or any animal, how they cannot feel cold outside in the cold weather? Simple answer is that hair is an insulator. The hair is an insulator. Most furry animals stay warm in cold weather. Fur is made of thick hairs. So, thick hair can be an insulator. Now, focus on this information. Around each hair is air. Ooh, what do you mean, ya miss? The air and the fur act as insulators. So, air has a role in this. Let me tell you. So, insulators keeping the animal warm. Air is the best insulator ever. I'm gonna tell you why. Let's read over here. So, insulator means materials that do not conduct heat well. They are called insulators. Excellent. Just like I told you, oven mitts are insulators. They are made of materials that are poor conductors. See? The opposite. What do I mean, conductor? They are poor of moving heat or taking the heat from place to another. So the mitts keep your hand safe, protect your hand safe. They are insulator. They insulate your hand. All right. When you remove a pan cookies from the oven, your hand does not get burned, definitely. Now look at this information. Gases, gases can be good insulator. Why? A thin layer of trapped air is an excellent insulator. Yes, do not forget that a trapped air is an excellent insulator. In a cold weather, layers of clothing trap your body heat near you, all right? There is air between the layers of clothing. Along with the clothing, the air insulates your body. See? So definitely we need air to insulate, which I means to keep us warm or to keep the heat the same as it is. So no moving, no using any type of heat moving, no convection, no conduction, no radiation. So the layer of air is a must, right? Insulators can be used to slow down the movement of heat. So metal wires, look at the metal wires. Metal wires are covered in a rubber. Can you see the rubber? Why is that? They covered in a rubber to insulate them and keep people safe from the electricity and heat, because we know that metal is the best conductor. What do I mean by conductor? Conductor is the movement of heat. So when it's a good conductor, a metal is a good conductor. So it gets too hot easily and fast. And if you touch it, if you are able to touch it, you may burn your hand. So they wrapped the metal with a rubber because the rubber insulates your hands from the heat. So a rubber is a good insulator and a metal is a good conductor. Yes. Now, do you want to know how a thermos works, or why does a thermos works? It keeps everything warm inside, or maybe cold sometimes. So definitely it keeps the heat inside. If it's cold, it will keep it cold, and if it's hot, it will definitely keep it hot. Basically, it has three main things. A glass lining, which is outer glass lining and inner. You have two glass lining, inner and outer glass lining. What is a glass lining does? A layer of glass holds the tea. Glass does not conduct heat very well. Just like we said yesterday, we tried the glass and we tried the metal, and we knew that a glass are not conductors or are not good conductors. After a glass lining, you have a reflection. And reflection means even in a vacuum, radiation can move energy, right? The facing side of the layers are coated in silver. Silver, which act like a mirror. See? Silver is acting like a mirror. It reflects same heat back. So when it goes up, it comes back again down. Why? Because it has silver, and silver is just like a mirror, reflecting the same heat. Later, the third thing we have a vacuum, something called a vacuum, which is in the middle. There are a vacuum between inner and outer glass, just I said, from here and here. Alright. The vacuum keeps conduction or convection from taking place. So the main reason of a vacuum is, or the main job for a vacuum is to forbid or not let the movement of heat is taking some form. So no convection can happen and no conduction can happen. So both, they cannot take a place. Why is that? Because of the vacuum. Excellent. Down there now it's really still hot. So with the conduction, convection, and radiation slow down, we already made them slow. These are the three main types of movement of heat. When you slow them down, the tea stays hot for a long time. So, in a short, a thermos works how they stop or slow down the movement of heat using three things: glass lining, reflection, and a vacuum. Alright? I think this is enough for you today. But before we end this episode, please, I want you to try to do this question. I will read it for you. Please pause my video, try to answer it, then later play it again and see the answer. Alright? Over here you see three houses. Alright? Although the straw house, see, the straw house is not stratiest, a straw house can be well insulated. Why is that? I'm gonna give you a hint. Between each straw and inside each straw, what is there? Yes, there is air. And we said air is the best insulator. Yes, definitely air is the best insulator. So there is air inside each piece of straw and also lots of air around each piece of a straw. So air is an excellent insulator. Thank you for listening to me. That's it for today. See you tomorrow, inshallah.